the real truth. Hey man, did you hear MJF's promo last night?
Yeah, it was great. He's the
What
best.
it was great, but he buried. He took his shots at the top 3 champions in the company, and he did it on his terms, and nobody. Max is going to do what Max wants to do. Old MJF Hogan. What do we call him? What do we call him? Maximania? Is that
Maximania. Yeah,
Maximania? Yeah.
we called him Bogo Max and
Bogo Max.
Maximania. Yeah,
You know,
speaking of guys who don't want to do jobs, Maximania back in full force. Buried 2 of the 3 top baby faces in the company with Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. And I don't think that his criticism was all that fair, to be honest with you. I don't think Swerve Strickland's a bad promo.
No, not at all. I don't know. That's kind of where I was like, oh, he's just cutting a promo on Swerve at this point. That's why I didn't take it to heart too much. I figured he was just trying to make some matches, and I like that when Swerve got the mic, hey Max, you're a little bitch, and just kind of like left it at that. I'm like, all right, I like it. I'm a fan, big fan.
Yeah.
AEW last night was such a polarizing show. Like it was so like schizophrenic. Like the in-ring stuff was great. They had these backstage, like the vignettes, not the backstage stuff, but like the vignettes they make. They're like, I don't know if Giancarlo's still doing them for the company, but it seems like his style. So I think it's still him. Like it's like, remember when they did HBO Boxing would have those things?
Yeah. Mayweather and De La Hoya, like that was the beginning of those things.
Yeah, love those things, man. And they do such a good job of like getting you to care about these characters. Like I freaking love they did. Like I remember Ring of Honor was doing stuff like that during the pandemic, and it was the highlight of the show because the shows were free to watch in Ring of Honor at that time. So I mean, I love those things. And then they do these backstage segments that are just awful. And I know I listened to Lanza this morning. He's like telling me how the Jericho stuff is drawing good, and sure, okay, I guess it's drawing well, but he's just so fucking annoying with this. I don't get it. I can't get on board with
it. Maybe we're the ones that are out of touch because I think the Jericho shit sucks, but it's some of the highest quarters of the show. So clearly something is working.
I know.
But look, just because it draws it doesn't mean I have to like it. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to call for it to end because I want it to end. Because it's, honestly though, it did make the show a little bit of an easier watch for me last night because I fast forwarded. Like I fast forwarded through a lot of it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I watch it on demand on YouTube TV, so I was able to and I typically try only to fast forward the commercials and not fast forward the segments and stuff because I want to be able to speak on it intelligently. I got through the first Jericho segment where they're out there in the parking lot and he's doing his fake voice and Big Bill's doing the fake voice and they got poor Brian Keith, they're kind of as like their serious lackey. I was just like, you know what? Next time they're on screen, and I already knew they were on screen a lot. I was like, I'm hitting that fast forward button, brother. That don't work for me, dude.
Well, we had this great interview with Mark Briscoe show, right? It didn't go to the show. It was like it's a YouTube exclusive, and I got to watch. And Chris Jericho's yelling at everybody. Like it's weird because we had our nameless buddy was like, "Oh man, I don't know about the show tonight." In the first half hour of the show, I'm like, "What are you talking about? This 4-way was awesome. Max had a great promo. What do you mean?
What did he say?
Really good." Wait.
He said, "Keep watching."
Yeah, he was right. About 20 minutes later, I was like, "What is this show? What is happening here? Why? Like, I don't." They're cutting the Acclaimed segment. I was kind of like, okay, if you're gonna cut someone's segment, I guess I'm okay with the Acclaimed segment getting cut. But it's just, I don't know, man. Heel authority figures.
They have heel authority figures and babyface authority figures. So they have 2 heel authority figures in the Young Bucks. And they got 2 babyface authority figures with Christopher Daniels, who comes out to music. And Tony Khan is very much an on-screen authority figure now. He fought against it forever, but he very much is one. He was the one that made the match for Roderick Strong. It made no logical sense. But then Roddy Strong made no logical sense. And then the sons of bitches made that really great vignette about him. And I was just like, I know. But I was like, I'm still mad at the way he got the match, but okay. Like I'm still going to watch it. But you didn't have to do the bullshit way to get there.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that particularly. Like Swerve's a fighting champion, right? So he'll just fight anybody. And I looked at this. Okay, Will won the casino, blah blah, and he gets a major spotlight on the pay-per-view, not the PLE, which I was really happy that Swerve corrected. But Bully Ray on Busted Open this week when they interviewed him, he said we don't do PLEs, we do pay-per-views. Good job, Swerve. So I was like, okay, Will gets the big shot where Roddy gets just a TV match because I don't know. I'm trying to justify it in my own head.
A world title
It
match is a
doesn't
world
bother
title match.
me. Yeah,
I,
I
yeah,
guess. Yeah, it doesn't bother me though. I mean,
it's not like that important. But you remember when we were doing Brace for Impact, right?
no, I blocked
And
most of that out.
it was the night after Bound for Glory, and it was in Albany, and it was the night that Bobby Fish did the "Where's the Lie" promo, right? That yeah, JD looking very Tozawa. Well, that night, Bobby Fish came out, or actually it was Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian came out and did option C. I'm cashing in the X Division title that he'd won the night before, and I want to get a shot at the world title on pay-per-view. And then like 10 minutes later, Bobby Fish comes out, "Hey Josh, can I have a shot?" And Josh is like, "Yeah." So it's like he didn't really. So the moral of the story is, Frankie, you didn't have to cash in your X Division title. All you had to do was ask, you dummy. And that's kind of like, okay, Will Ospreay went through that gauntlet, had to beat all those guys, and one of my favorite matches on Dynamite ever, by the way. Loved the match. He went through it, and then Roddy complained that he wasn't in the match, asked for a title shot, and Tony Khan's like, "Sure, no problem." So logically, it doesn't make sense. The whole thing is stupid, but the vignette was cool and the match was great. So it's like, but they use their great matches as band-aids for bad stories.
They do. You're right about that. Now all they had to do was have one extra week and you could have made this work. All Roddy has to do is bitch, and Tony's. I forget who did Will pin to win. Do you remember who Will pinned?
Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy. All you do is have him wrestle Orange, is have him bitch and have Broderick wrestle Orange Cassidy this week on the show, get the shot at Swerve the following week.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fake. They could create a better reason than whining, because the rest of the locker room could have had that same excuse. So, and that was really that. Look, it's nitpicking, but it's also AEW, and we hold AEW to a higher standard because they're supposed to be the company that WWE isn't. They are the antithesis of WWE. They're supposed to give us what we fucking want, which is awesome stories, awesome matches, awesome promos all the time. I will accept nothing less.
So just do what New Japan does. Just go to the guy who runs the music and say, "Okay, play my music. I'm going to challenge right now."
Yeah.
Because that's how
that's all you ever have to do.
That's all you have to do in New Japan is you just have to be the first guy up to the go position and say, "Play my music now," and walk out before everybody else does. I always have it in my head that there's like a giant race to the entrance, and like whoever wins the race gets to have the next shot at the title, right? It's like the sperm, whatever sperm gets there first gets to be the kid.